What's up, everybody? It's Brad from Ghost Gaming, and we are doing just some practice for the championship on Friday. If you are interested in racing in the championship, you're not too late. We're only in Friday will be round 3 and 4. You can go into the Discord, join up in Discord, sign up, let us know. You can join at any time. It doesn't matter what round we're in. I mean, obviously it'll matter for points, but we're really just holding the championship for you guys that watch these channels and are interested in this sport and love the sport and have as much passion for the sport as the rest of us that play this game and race these championships. You know, we want you to have fun and come join us. That's really what it's about, a bunch of us getting together and just throwing down on a track and having fun. So it's available for you guys to join. The next race is this Friday, so 2 days. Starts at 7 Pacific Standard Time. Is when we get everybody together in the lobby open and this, that, and the other. Round 1 and 2 had a pretty decent turnout. We had 6 players, so six or 7 players turn out. So for the first championship in the first rounds, I didn't think that was too bad. I'd definitely like to see more of you jump in and join. It is on the PlayStation platform, so if you do have the game or you want to get the game and join us, you have some time to do so. Again, the Discord link is in the bottom, or in the description, and come join us in Discord. If you don't have the game and you're not interested in racing, still can join Discord. We talk about all kinds of different games in there. If you're struggling with, I mean, we got shooter games in there, we've got racing games, obviously motocross games, supercross games. We have a wide variety of people that play different games, and we're all in there to help. You know, I made that Discord specifically for this YouTube channel. It is for everybody to join, everybody that asks for help or questions or this, that, the other. When we start holding more events like these championships and other things that are in the works down the road on different games, that's where all the info gets posted. Also, if you know you want to have a more in-depth conversation or something like that that you don't want to have over YouTube comments, which I can't stand doing, that's what Discord's for. So please come join. It's open. Link is in the description. You know, come hang out with us. We got a lot of good people in there. Everybody's willing to help each other out and have fun and joke around and whatever. So, as far as Supercross news goes, I saw an article from Racer X come across that they're thinking about Supercross returning on May 31st. So I'll go ahead and I'll read it real quick. Rumors continue over the May 31st potential return for Monster Energy Supercross. And tonight at 6:30 Eastern PM Entertainment sent out a sample Instagram post saying simply, "We are back." If you go to Racer X's page, you'll be able to see that flyer that they posted. What does that mean? Racer X believes it'll be an announcement locking in the May 31st date officially. As before, that was a working date, a plan, and exploration. Now we believe May 31st will be the real date for the teams and riders to aim for. As for the location of the pools in the news stories today, that the state of Arizona was opening up for sports, but we believe, or we are hearing, Supercross will actually not end up racing in Glendale. That sucks. I live in Phoenix, so that's kind of a bummer. But either way, I'm glad they're coming back. After all, several industry contacts have indicated a different city will become the host of the final races of the season. As we would expect, all races will take place in one location. It's expected it'll be a city that was already scheduled to hold a Supercross race this season. And that it just says stay tuned for the. I guess they're gonna make an official announcement tomorrow on the city. Now I've heard through some grapevines that it's possibly going to be Utah, which is going to be held in the state of Utah. So I think that's cool. Either way, sounds like we're getting our Supercross season back, and we can get our motocross season on the way. Hopefully, I don't know what they're going to do with motocross, because some of these states that they do motocross in are still on nuclear level 5 lockdown for the stupid virus. So I guess we'll see what's to come there. I have seen some articles stating that motocross has been pushed back to like the end of June or beginning of July, something like that. I don't remember. I read that article a couple weeks ago, so don't quote me directly on it. But yeah, so awesome. We're getting Supercross back, guys. That excites the shit out of me. It should excite the shit out of you. Super bummer deal that it looks like it's not going to be held in my city, in Glendale. But that's okay. As long as we get it back, we get to see the rest of the races. I'm super curious on what they're going to do track-wise, if they're going to change that track up every week and race a different layout. So the end of the end of their now season. So I'm kind of wondering how they're going to do that, and hopefully they do some sort of reporting on it and let us know prior to them dropping the gate in whatever state that they decide they're going to hold the rest of the rounds in. But I wanted to let you guys know that, and yeah, let's get racing, boys. Let's get these guys back out on the track. I don't know about you, but I'm probably going to get some shit for saying this, but I'm definitely excited to see Tomac get back out there. He's my dude. He's been my dude for a long time. I've always liked Tomac. I know some of you hate him. Just like some of you loved Marvin Newscan and Cooper Webb, and I can't stand either one of them two guys. Although I would be willing to bet that we're probably going to see, I haven't seen any confirmation of it, but it's definitely been long enough. We should have Marvin Newscan back, and Adam Cincerillo. I'd imagine both of those guys are now healed, and they'll probably eager to get back on their bikes and race, even though, their championship's all listed on the toilet, but they can definitely feel some wrenches in the championship. Both of those two guys, Marvin Newscan, when he's on his game, he is fast. He's a good rider. So he definitely has the ability to throw a wrench in the championship. Cincerillo, don't get me wrong, he's fast. He's a good rider. But he makes too many, rookie type mistakes. He's kind of always done that. Even in his 250 days, he reminds me of a young Tomac. He really does. He's really fast. He's driven. But I think he just gets so excited and eager to get out front and make those passes stick that he winds up making mistakes, just like, honestly, we all expect Tomac to make. He has 3 or 4 really solid races, and usually by the 5th-ish race or so, we're like, alright, he's gonna fuck this up somehow. And he winds up going down, and something's happened, and he winds up getting a really bad position. It looks like Tomac's cleaned it up this year quite a bit. Doesn't seem like he's making those mistakes he's made in the past, and seems to be riding smarter. Rather than pushing super hard to get to the front of the pack. And it seems like he's, hey, I can stay in 3rd or 4th place, play it safe, get the points, come back next week and crush it. That seems to be the type of mentality he's taken this year, which is good. It's a smart way to go. That's how you win championships, to be honest. I mean, you look at Dungy. I mean, he's a fast rider, not very aggressive, and he would just kind of let people pass him sometimes because he knew that, well, fuck, I can take 2nd, I can take a 3rd, and he can consistently do it. So, excited to see everybody get back on the track. I'm excited to see Tomac and see what he's going to bring to the table, and really see what all these guys are going to bring to the table with having, like 2 months, 2.5 months off. And I don't know if they quarantine themselves or if they just practice on their factory practice tracks or their home tracks, or however they did that. But we should technically have a solid, healthy group of Supercross racers. Hopefully they don't get hurt finishing out their Supercross season, and we have a solid group of dudes going into the motocross season for some good motocross racing. In all honesty, as far as motocross and Supercross goes, it may have been a blessing in disguise for these guys, to get them healed back up, and everybody, and as long as they didn't get hurt practicing, if they did in fact practice, everybody should be 100%. As far as I know, I haven't read or heard anything in the news about any of the riders getting COVID. I don't know that for a fact, but I haven't heard anything on it. So we should have some very interesting racing. Especially if they can stay healthy going into the motocross. You know, obviously Tomac's got to defend his title for a third time going into the motocross season, and I'd kind of like to see if he can get a number 4. And I'm really anxious to see what Cincerillo brings to the table in motocross. That seems to be just how I see him ride a 450. I think the motocross is probably going to suit him a little better. We'll sometimes see what happens with that deal. You know, Osborne's another great outdoors guy. You know, I'd like to see him get up there in the mix with, you know, Tomac and Webb and this guy, you know, coming from GP originally. So super excited about it. I wanted to share that news with you guys. And, you know, obviously tomorrow we're supposed to hear which state and city they're going to finish this in. And I'll let you guys know what that is when that info is out. Other than that, we're just throwing down some practice laps on San Diego. Our championship, we run 2 rounds every Monday and Friday. And the way that layout is done is there is a total of 12 rounds, and 6 of the rounds are iconic tracks that were pre-selected, and then the other 6 rounds is a voted on track that is not an iconic track. So we race one pre-selected track and 1 voted track each night we race. So I'm practicing San Diego right now. Just kind of get used to it, and you know, I've ridden it a million times, but you know, I want to make sure that I'm ready to rock and roll come Friday. And I have no idea what the voted track on is going to be, so you know, between now and Friday I may spend some heaters on a couple different tracks, just in case one of them gets picked. We do run a qualifying session so that everybody can kind of get used to the track and get their setups done the way they want them, and then we roll into the race. So on the voted track there is a 10-minute, basically it's a practice. I mean, it's just as qualifying, but that's pretty much what we're using it for. And then the weight drops. Monday's race that we just had this last Monday, it went pretty well. We had a pretty good showing for the first rounds. You know, I was pretty happy with it. Obviously we'd like to see more. We want to see these championships. We plan to do an outdoor championship when the motocross season starts. So you'll want to keep your eyes out for that. We'll probably We're probably gonna run another Supercross championship before or during the first part of motocross. So again, it's open to everybody. Anybody's welcome to join as long as they're on PlayStation 4 and own the game. Skill level don't matter. I mean, there are some guys that are in there that are just lightning balls fast. I don't understand how they're so fast, but you know, it's all about having fun, really. So come join us if you're interested. Even if you're not really wanting to race, but you want to get some track time in with some faster guys and you want to become better at the game. I mean, no better place and time to do that than, you know, in a championship if you're not really worried about points. You know, just come in and have fun, ride, hang out, you know, do the best you can in the race, and then the only way you get better at these games is just by riding, and the way you get faster is by riding with guys that are faster. You know, doing some practices and some racing with the guys from the championship. You know, I've already gotten a little bit faster. You know, just by seeing what they're doing in their lines and coming into time trials and racing their ghosts. You know, it's already made me a better player. And I've been playing this game since it came out. You know, I'm always learning new stuff in this game. So it's definitely a lot of fun, even if you're not winning. I didn't win any of them. The best I did was I did third and took a third in qualifying. In the race in Anaheim 1 was round 1. I did okay. I was 4th for a while. Then I got bit by a tough block 3 times, and I think I winded up finishing 8th. And then we did East Rutherford was round 2, which was the voted track. Didn't do too bad. I was in, I think, 3rd for a few laps. Bike slid out, got me back to 6th, made my way back up to 4th. I think I was in 4th for a little while. Huh?
Maybe this will make it less crunchy.
Will this? Yeah. I don't know. Was in 4th for a little while. Huh?
I have both.
Sorry about that. I was in 4th for a little bit, and then got tangled up with a rider, and got tangled up with a tough block. I think I wound up finishing like 7th or something like that. So, you know, not a big deal. Right now, we do have the AI that's running the championship with us. AI set to hard. That way we have a full date every race. But I would like to replace those AIs with, you know, you guys. I'd like to get to where we don't have any AIs and we got a full date of you guys from YouTube and other friends of yours or mine, and pretty much I got all my buddies riding the championship that have this game anyway. So also, if you know anybody, maybe you don't have the game and you're not interested, but one of your friends might be interested that does have the game, you know, send them to the channel and Discord link, and you know, let's get them signed up. For the outdoor, you guys interested in the outdoor races, the championship, I haven't decided which game I'm going to hold that on. I'd really like to hold it on MX versus ATV all out, just because it does have some of the American Lucas Oil tracks. However, there's quite a few people that don't like that game. I happen to like it. Or I may do it on GP Pro. I'm not a super huge fan of that game, but people seem to like that game a little more than MX versus ATV. But I think we'll have to see how it all plays out, but I'm thinking of starting the outdoor championship sometime in July. Probably sometime in July. So a couple months away. We gotta finish this Supercross championship we're doing now. And then I'll think about what I really want to do outdoor national. Just, you don't see it very much. You know, it was a blessing that MX versus ATV All Out gave us that track map with, what was it, 6 Lucas Oil outdoor tracks, which, I mean, are awesome. If you guys haven't played those tracks, it's definitely worth every penny for that DLC. Okay. In that game. You know, I really wish Milestone would, you know, get it together and do a Lucas Oil national game, you know, where they have all the American outdoor tracks. But from what I understand, there's a lot of licensing and things that have to happen, because our tracks here in the States, they're independently owned and they don't fall under the FIM umbrella for ownership, just like our riders and teams. You know, to get the riders, you know, let's use this game for example, you know, to get the, you know, Eli Tomac and the Cooper Webb and, you know, all the pro riders we have in this game, you know, they had to go to those teams and riders individually and ask for their permission, licensing, and, you know, okay, you know, Cooper Webb's going to be in this game and we want, you know, it's going to cost you $100,000 or whatever, you know, whatever that figure is, I have no idea. So they had to, you know, buy the rights for the riders, basically. Well, in GP, they don't have to do that, because I think it's FIM that owns the rights to the riders and teams and tracks. So all Milestone has to do is go to FIM or, you know, whatever that is, and, you know, this is what we want to do. these are the riders we want in it. These are the tracks we want. How much for the licensing for it? You know, and then whatever that price is, and then boom, we got MXGP with all the tracks. So it's my understanding it's a lot harder here in the States to get that done. You know, obviously THQ Rainbow Studios was able to get part of it, you know, so I don't know if maybe they, since Rainbow Studios did, was it Rainbow Studios or THQ Nordic? One of those two damn studios that bought Milestone. You know, maybe they could use that license to get some of those tracks in a Milestone game. I think that'd be cool. We definitely need a Lucas Oil game. You know, whether it be made by Milestone or whether it be the next MX ATV game, but we need a full game. You know, with all the tracks, or at least 90% of the motocross tracks. You know, we need it. I'm sure all of you can agree that you're probably tired of the same old content from MXGP. Because I know I am. I own every MXGP game. And to be honest, I'm kind of bored with them. It's pretty much the same track. There's maybe 1 or 2 sections that are changed in the tracks every year, with some minor graphic tweaks and some bike tweaks, and well, it's pretty much the same thing. I think everybody's kind of getting sick of it, especially with the amount of money they charge for these games. You know, what content are we really getting? We get the same content as we did last year, with some very minor upgrades. I will say with this Supercross 3 game, they knocked it out of the goddamn park. You know, if they could take what they did with this game and implement it into their motocross game, you know, they got a hell of a game. I think this is a hell of a game. They did a fantastic job on this game. They just, you know, improved off this game. You know, don't go backwards. You know, they did the same thing with their next outdoor game. I really hope to God it's not an MXGP game. If it is an MXGP game, I hope they use this as a template. And I think there's a lot of you out there that think that, you know, that wish they use, or hope that they use this as a template. For those of you that have played all these, you know, Supercross, Supercross 2, and now into the 3rd, I would be surprised to hear that, you know, somebody thinks that Supercross 1 is a better game, or Supercross 2 is a better game. Everybody I talk to, or have read about, is down this, you know, this game's better. Kind of interested to see what Supercross 4 brings. Hopefully they fix the stupid clutch. That's Milestone's downfall, is they have a clutch on a motorcycle that's absolutely worthless. Doesn't work. And their rut system, to see some pre-made ruts in